Welcome to the third installment to our Spring 2020 webinar series. My name is Jason Seskleba, and this is all about maximizing prospective student engagement, as you can see here on the screen. So I'll introduce myself, Jason Seskleba, tough last name, I know, but easy to say, says Kleba. I am a client success manager with Concept 3D. I've been with Concept 3D for a little over 4 years, and you can see my contact information there if you'd like to be in touch. For those of you that are my clients, you'll probably recognize a few of the things that we'll be talking about here today. And of course, if you guys have any kind of questions, there is the Q&A section as well that we'll be doing here at the end of the call. So you can go ahead and put in questions anytime. But the agenda here today is rethinking the way that you're going to be utilizing your map platform. A lot of clients use their map for the campus map that it is, but it is also a world map. So utilizing some of the things that we have taught to some of our clients, as well as to what clients have shown what they have done with their map. So during the demo, you're going to see unique aspects of campuses and communities, as well as cities, states, as well as programs and alumni and more. So when you're creating this content, you're also creating tools for your admissions and your marketing team. All right. So after the demo, we will have a live Q&A. And like I said, this is recorded. So you'll have this for reference should you want to share this with anybody else in your facilities. So jumping on in, some of the examples that we'll be going over here today are unique areas, because of course, when it comes down to the campus life, there's also a community. There's also an environment that you guys create as a university. So unique areas around trails and city life, as well as points of interest, global impacts. So if you have a broad programs or where alumni in the world doing incredible things, multi-businesses, philanthropy, whatever the case may be. Also, local impact. Do you have green programs around the city? Do you have internships around the city? Do you have student discounts at businesses around your campus? These are nice things to know. And of course, nice things that you can convey through any sort of marketing type of campaigns, as well as events, move-in day, commencement, alumni gatherings, as well as parents' day. All of this stuff can be created on your sidebar as it's pretty much limitless with the content that you can put into your map platform with description information, images, as well as video. For those of you that are panel hosted clients, you can have panels in there as well. And all of these locations and all of this content can be easily added to a map tour, which I'm actually going to change screens here real quick and show you right here on our help site. We do have a spot for all of our webinars. And the first one we did was categories and locations, but the one previous to this one, we actually did a webinar on how to create a map tour. So go ahead and check those out, and you can reference those and maximize your usage and your content through the map tours. So moving on, a couple things to think about during this webinar. What other campus departments could be involved with the map? If you are in marketing, who else can you involve? If you're just the web designer, who else can you involve? So marketing, social media people, along with athletics and even facilities, because it can be used as an internal map as well. What stands out from your culture? You know, your campus, programmer, any sort of the culture that your campus could convey visually. And then of course, what stands out in your community, city, and state. All right, so we are going to throw on a demo here. It is a pre-recorded demo because, of course, we've got a lot of people using the internet today. So we want to make sure that it was nice and clean for you. So we're going to do the demo. Again, there's the Q&A area as well. You can put your questions in there as the demo is going on, but we will have a live Q&A at the end of the demo here. So without further ado, we're going to go right over here. I'm going to mute myself now, and you can check out this pre-recorded demo that I've had for you. So here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are done with all the formalities, let's have some fun. All right, so I'll try to keep it down to 15, 20 minutes. I get a little long-winded with these things because I get excited about this stuff because you know what? When you guys are successful, we're successful, and we love it when our clients are successful. And you know what? One of the ways that a school is successful is by bringing in prospective students. which is why we're talking here today. So, prospective student engagement, as well as utilizing your map more than just a campus map, because in essence, it's a world map. So you can think of creative ways to market not only your campus, but your community, your city, your state, and even things in the world. Like, how do you affect the globe? Where are your alumni? What are they doing? Let's talk about the feathers in your cap, and let's display that stuff, because you know what? You can utilize that stuff easily by sharing it across social media. So, first and foremost, before we start off here, one thing I want you all to recognize is see the sidebar differences between each college. Okay, so a lot of people hierarchy their things differently. I prefer when people actually have some parent categories so things are more consolidated and easier to find. I think it's very useful to make the user experience good, because you know what? It's the student experience that you're going to be having here. When students come to your school, they're not going to be there for just couple days, right? They're going to be there for 4 years or plus. So this map can be a student experience. The whole entire student life style that people have are different from one another. And, you know, if they're coming across from 3-4 states away, you know, you want to be able to show them some unique aspects and, you know, of course, entice people to come to your school. So, without further ado, again, sidebar information, and make sure to check out your top bar buttons here as well. So you can see here that Occidental has an admissions info category right here. Easy to find. Apply, visit, connect with us. They also have a feedback form over here for people that are using the map, so they can get feedback, so they know what people want if they're having problems, whatever the case may be. You can create your own feedback form. And we'll talk about these top bar buttons, how easy they are to create towards the end here. So moving along, first and foremost, super proud of Occidental College. I've worked with them for a long time, and they were one of the first schools to go with a world dynamic and actually utilizing a locate your admissions counselor category. They are the first ones to do it, and I absolutely love showing off this category because it's impressive to see. It's a nice visual of all the areas they recruit from. As you can see, Canada, Central America, South America, Africa, and the European countries as well. So I'm from Minnesota. I'm going to go fly over here, tap on Minnesota, and as you can see here, from that category view that they created to come out to the world view, now this is a marker zoom that takes you in a little bit closer. And when I click on it, you can see that Marciela Martinez is the admissions counselor for the state of Minnesota. It has her name, it has her title, her contact information, where she recruits from, as well as a little bit of information about her. And the reason why I like this so much is because it actually humanizes the experience. She's not just some link on a website somewhere, and it makes it more personable. The other beautiful thing about it is now she can use this as a tool. And what I mean by that is if you click the share button up here, she can go in here and do this anytime, because this is the front end. You don't need to be an admin to do stuff like this. So she clicks the share button. She can go ahead and share her information on any social platform that you see here. Or if it's not a social platform that you see here, she can just copy the link and do whatever she wants to do with that link. Now, if I'm her, and I'm reaching out to the Minnesota schools, I'm going to copy my link and I'm going to put in the email, hello, my name's Marciela Martinez. Here's a link to my information. I'm an admissions counselor for Occidental College. I would love to connect with your student base to teach them more about what the Occidental educational experience can bring to their lives. Oh, and by the way, make sure to check out our Prospective student tour, because tours are something that are sometimes underutilized and people don't really take notice to. So you can see here on the tours tab, they have 4 tours. You can have as many tours as you want to. There's actually a way to hierarchy your tours as well. You can actually find out more about how to create a map tour in the previous webinar that we had. All of our webinars that we do, we're going to be putting on the help site. So we will get you that information as well, or you can just go to the help site by going into your CMS and clicking on the blue tab at the top of the screen called help site. It's that easy. There's a button right there called webinars. So as you can see, they have a lot of tours to utilize. So moving on, we're not talking about tours, we're talking about prospective student engagement and marketing. Okay, so talking about the unique aspects of your campus. Okay, it's a very powerful thing because, like I was saying earlier, students have their own lives. Okay, they're going to be at your school for 4+ years, and if they don't know the community, they might pick a school that's a little bit closer to them. If they're coming from 3, 4, 5 states away and there's other programs to offer, maybe they want to be closer to home. Well, if you show them things that might be able to engage them or interest them, it can move you to the top of the list a little bit more. So I'll show you here. Let me go ahead and hit the home button here. And we're going to go to their main page right here. So as you can see, they have a handful of categories, but when you open them up, they have a whole ton of information. That's where I was saying I really appreciate that parent nesting or subcategory, whatever you want to call it, experience. So they have community resources. This is a beautiful thing because when somebody comes to the area, they're going to need to know these types of things. And why not give that information beforehand so they can see where things are in proximity to your school? Why don't I go ahead and click on that, and you can actually see all that information there. So airports and banks, as well as government offices and grocery stores. You know, it's all popping up and it's all in the area of campus. So I'll click that home button again, and this is what I want to show you because I think this is super powerful. They have a recreational arts category. They also have a tech trails category. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to click on the summer category. Take a look at that. These are all the trails that they have for the summer. So if I am an adventurous person, I'm a hiker, I'm a mountain biker, this is going to intrigue me quite a bit. And if I'm a marketing person for Michigan Tech, I can easily open up this category so it's open to all the different types of trails. You can see here, maybe I want to zoom out a little bit, maybe you want to show campus, maybe that's a little too far. Let's go ahead and zoom in and then just scoot it up so we can see campus, okay? Let's get this pop-up out of the way as well. By the way, pop-up, very powerful tool. Can show you a little bit about that as well. I'm going to click the share button here, and as soon as I hit that link copied button there, we'll just open up a new window for you. And as soon as I add that there, it's going to give me that exact same view. The category is open, and you see all the trail systems with the zoom and where I had the map centered. Very powerful. So now if I'm a marketing person for Michigan Tech, I'm going to take stuff like that and I'm going to throw it out on Twitter and Facebook, you know, whatever, and have something catchy that catches an eye. Something along the lines of, why do some of the most adventurous people choose Michigan Tech? And there's the link. That's going to cause some buzz, right? People are going to look at it. They're going to come to the map and they're going to see it. And then they're probably going to poke around a little bit more, right? They're going to see tours are here. They're going to check out tours, video tours, campus tours, whatever you have. So again, top bar buttons. Take a look at this. Request info, visit, apply. Again, another feedback form. You know, you don't know what you don't know. So it's important to have that type of information. They also have a drop-down menu here with a whole bunch of other related links that they want people to have access to. So you don't need to have a list that long. You can consolidate them most definitely. So a couple cool, fun things about Michigan Tech. They've got some incredible kudos from family members and friends for this move-in category. And the reason why I had to move to a new tab is because this is a private category. It's not on their front-end map because, of course, move-in weekend is long gone. But you can create private categories and share them with people so only they get to see it. Very powerful tool for internal usage as well as alumni, whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead and open up the move-in weekend here. You can see that it's all color-coded. That's because they actually had trifolds that were color coded as well. So you can open up Douglas Houghton Hall and you can see step by step what you need to do for move-in day. New student check-in, get unloading permit issued, proceed to the unloading locations. They have the path lines and everything. Beautiful part about this as well, it can easily be turned into a tour as well. So you can send a tour experience as well to everybody that's moving into whatever building they're moving into. So it's literally step by step. There's no guesswork at all. Super cool. I know, I love it. So moving on to another piece, commencement day, same thing. Open up the category, accessible parking. Here's the celebration. Here's the ceremony. Here's some more parking, and here's a spot for photo opportunities. Beautiful stuff, informative, and you know what? It's going to stop the questions on campus too. You know, so you can have this link on posters. You know, whatever the case may be, however you want to utilize it. So we will have questions. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, lots of cool stuff going on here, and we can answer those questions at the end. So go ahead, feel free to keep popping questions into the comment section and the question area. Now moving on to Boulder. So I showed you a little bit about Michigan, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you just a little bit fun fact about Michigan. They like to have some fun. I'm going to give them a little bit more kudos on this as well. So I know exactly where he is, but most people don't because you really have to look for him. But they have their mascot hiding in the woods. And you can use this for any sort of promotional stuff. Maybe you want to say, hey, move-in day, check out our interactive map. If you find our mascot, the 15th person to find the location will get a bag of swag, whatever the case may be. And when you click on that, you get to see Blizzard's flossing for you. Anyways, we like to have fun, and I hope you guys like to have fun too, because when you make it fun, you can engage a lot more people as well with all this creative information and content. So with that said, I just showed you some information that Michigan has around their campus. Boulder took it to another level, and it's going to be a higher level. And I'm going to show you right here with these category views. First, if I click on a hiking spot, you'll see where all the hiking spots are around campus. Super cool. Also, all the ski resorts. It's Colorado. Of course, they got to show that type of stuff, right? And all of the incredible national parks and landmarks. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy, 3 clicks, you see all this incredible information. And you don't have to have this groundbreaking, earth-shattering information. They just have the name of the trailhead. It's there for them. They can go ahead and Google it now and find out. But again, you can share this information out to people. You can easily go ahead and click on, that hiking spots, and, you can use that for a marketing campaign or something, or a piece of it anyways. So we've seen stuff around campus, we've seen stuff outside of campus, citywide, countywide, statewide. Now we can get into worldwide as well. Texas A&M does incredible stuff with their map as well. Make sure to check them out. Again, Top Our Buttons campuses. They have a virtual tour as well, which we also have, that 360 tour platform. You really need to check it out. It's an incredible platform. Very, very easy to use. 360 tour. Awesome, awesome stuff. And hotspots just came out too. Super excited about that. Everybody at Concept 3D is super pumped. But moving on, like I said, I get excited, I know. They have an incredible category called A&M's Global Impact. Now, that is also impactful. If I open up the category, it shows what they're doing. Measuring human impact, nautical archaeology. I mean, this is super cool stuff. Studying Darwin finches. And again, they don't have earth-shattering information. You click on the location, it's got a picture, it's got a paragraph, it's got a link for more information. Again, you can share it out, right? Very powerful stuff. I would share that category saying, look at how Texas A&M impacts the globe. People are going to click on that. They will. So I said a little bit before about the pop-ups, okay? This is just another way to engage your students, keeping them informed, right? Bringing more attention to areas. And I really, really love what Milwaukee School of Engineering has done with these pop-ups, okay? They humanized the experience. They made it fun, okay? So if I click on academic buildings, you'll see that small little subtle pop-up come out where it says, see an academic program that you'd like to explore? Let's connect and get you started. If I click on admissions offices, another one pops up. And of course, the user can click them away. But this one says, ready to visit campus or talk to an admissions counselor? We thought so. We can feel your excitement from here. Schedule a visit. I love that stuff because, it puts a smile on people's faces. Their athletics and recreation. Again, they got creative with their verbiage. MSO Raiders are unstoppable inside and outside the classroom. Are you ready to be unstoppable? Become a Raider today. And those links are there. People are going to click on them. They will. Along with that, they have campus safety. Obviously, very important to have quick and easy safety information on your campus, and you can't get much easier than that. You click on the campus safety category, there's the emergency number, non-emergency number, and they can sign up for their rave emergency alerts on their phone. So Super cool stuff, very subtle tool, but very powerful if you use it the right way. All right. So, again, very powerful information, right? Check out the top bar buttons. Very different from the other ones as well. So, moving on to Florida State, we're going through crazy, crazy times. Okay. One of these crazy pieces is this COVID pandemic. Places aren't open. We don't know when they're going to be open completely, how they're going to open. But this way you can convey that information. And it's very simple to do. You can, of course, create a new location very easy and put in whatever type of information that you need to. But if I go ahead and click on that category, you can see that they have campus rec and athletics facilities, dining, libraries, student life, student services, and of course, postal services. And of course, green is for good, red is for bad, not open. Maybe you could put a yellow in there too, saying, certain parameters around it being open. So all up to you guys. And you know what? We're more than happy to help out. So reach out to your client success manager anytime. We're always happy to help out, and we love being creative with you guys. So with that said, I know I'm trying to keep the time down. So go to our map of maps. I urge you to go to the map of maps for a few reasons, okay? First of all, we have all of our college campuses. We also have our enterprise clients, and we have 360 tour examples as well. So right here, if I click on education, you're going to see every single one of our clients right here. If you don't want to see that crazy amount of clients, go ahead and just click in and start looking for whatever schools you want to. Independent schools, medical schools. You can even use the search bar up above and find out a school by name if you'd like. You can also just look by your state, right? You want to look at your competition. So if I go ahead and zoom into the area, let's say we're going to be taking a look at all the Texas schools. You can go ahead, just zoom in, and there's all your Texas schools right there for you. And of course, here's a link to all of the help guide maps as well. And again, the help articles are all on the help site on the top tab of the CMS. And as promised, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you how to create top bars, top bar buttons. Very, very easy to do. All you're going to do is go to your account page. When you're in the CMS, it's going to be on the top right-hand corner over here. You'll have your name, you'll have support, and then you'll have account page. Or it could be name, account page, support, one or the other. But you follow me. So very easy to do. If you want to create a group, which is a drop-down menu, you'll go ahead and click that. They have multiple maps here, so you're not going to have to worry about that. You're just going to add the title of whatever you want it to be, admissions information. And then what side do you want to align the button to, okay? That's simple. You just hit submit, and then a save button will appear over here. Very easy, click save, okay? You don't need to publish like you do on the CMS. Now, when you're adding an item, which is a URL, or you can also do an advanced thing with map views as well if you have multiple campuses. But if you have multiple campuses, you probably already know about this. But all you're going to do is put in the name of your link that you're going to be putting in here. I do recommend opening it up in a new window so you're not taking people away from your map. They can just have a new tab open. You do not have to worry about the alignment or the style type if you're putting it into a group, because you've already aligned the group when you created it, and the group is already a primary button. Okay, there are 3 options. If you do want to create a single standalone button, you can have a basic link, which is text with an underline, the primary button, which is a rectangle and a fill, or the secondary button, which is a rectangle, no fill. And all of those can be styled differently in the front end styles tab of your CMS. So you can create a hover experience, utilize different colors, whatever you'd like to do. And then last but not least, all you need to do is add your URL right there. Just copy, paste, boom, right there. Hit submit. And of course, save it, and you're done. Now, it's a little bit different back here for the hierarchy aspect of things. As you can see here, base map feature, this group here. So they have these 2 in that group. If they wanted to change it up, you just have to utilize this and move them around. Always happy to help out with anything regarding the CMS. If you guys have any kind of questions at all, don't ever hesitate to reach out. We're always happy to help. So with that said, we want to keep this down as much as we can and be cognizant of your time as well. So this is the time. Go ahead. Feel free to throw in any more questions, comments, other things that you're interested in. And we are always happy to help, and we will answer them right here. And if we can't answer all of your questions, we will definitely reply after this. We will get this webinar uploaded to YouTube as well, so you'll have access to that if you want to use it as a reference at some point or share it with anybody else on your team. So with that said, thank you guys very much. And that is all for the prospective student engagement as well as the marketing demo. I am really looking forward to seeing your creative side as well.